1, 2, testing. OK, it's working. So, journal number 1, page 1. Here we go. My name is... No, I'm not telling you. It's top secret. This is me. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? Actually, to be honest with you, I'm more like this. This is my room. Yep, you guessed it. I'm a comic book fan. Right now, I'm at uni. Well, sort of, in a kind of part-time way. My dad says there's no point, because there's no jobs once you've left anyway. Oh yeah, these are my parents. They're parents, I guess. This is my girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend. Things aren't going much better for the planet either. Frankly, everything's going down the tubes. So what about me? What do I do? Wait quietly for the end titles? It's not very heroic, and definitely not very brave. No, I've decided to get my act together and give my life some real meaning. I'm going to make the world a better place by helping other people. Not only that, it's a chance to make one of my dreams come true. Yeah, I've decided to become a superhero. Really? Okay, so maybe I won't be leaping off tall buildings, and I definitely won't be catching bullets in my teeth. How am I going to make the dream a reality? As a good comic book fan, the one place I'm sure to learn some stuff about superheroes is the United States. Spider-Man, Batman, the X-Men, this is where they all have their HQs. And it's in Los Angeles, Hollywood to be precise, that we stand most chance of finding them. After comic books, it's the cinema that's most enthusiastically embraced the phenomenon. My first contact is a guy who photographs superheroes from the movies in the style of the front covers of comics.
My name is Peter Tangen. I'm a photographer in Hollywood. I photograph actors for movie posters. I really wanted to work with superhero films, and I was fortunate enough to get to work on them early in my career and since. And they've always been among my favorite projects to work on, whether it's photographing Spider-Man or Doc Ock or Batman or whoever it is. That just the imagery of them is always something that I've really loved. I discovered that there are people that dress up as superheroes. They create identities. People don't know where they live. Some of them have sidekicks or layers. And I just thought that that was amazing. And as soon as I realized they existed and that there are hundreds of them, I knew I had to photograph them. And so I decided that I wanted to take an approach the media had basically missed. You know, the media had made fun of them for several years. And why not? I mean, who says, I know, I'm going to put on spandex and save the world? It's easy to make fun of people, but at the end of the day, the real story here is a story of people that have decided that one person can make a difference.
Thanks to Peter Tangen, these anonymous individuals who have chosen to put on costumes in order to defend their fellow men have become stars. It's true, I hadn't really thought about it, but the look is all important for a superhero. After all, it's the first thing you see. But who's really hiding behind these masks?
Real-life superheroes are young and old, gay and straight, men and women. There are Republicans and Democrats, people who make a decent living, people who are working day jobs or unemployed. There are people who are deeply religious and others who are atheists. They truly represent a perfect cross-section of America. The world needs heroes. The world needs role models. And one of the voices that hopefully inspires people is this community of real-life superheroes. Does it need these people? I think it needs all the help it can get in finding inspiration to make a positive difference in the world. And so I'm happy they're here.
Yeah, right? Thank you. Okay. God bless, God bless. Okay, all right, take care.
We live in a world that's got a lot of apathy in it. This is a complete rejection of that. They get up off the couch, they go out, and they help people. For example, Thanatos. He's a man in Vancouver. He's 62 years old, and he goes out at 3 o'clock in the morning to help the homeless. He goes out at 3 o'clock because that's when people are not in the shelter systems, therefore most in need. He told me that a year ago he met a woman named Rose under a bridge at 3 a.m. and she introduced herself to him and said she had been homeless for 65 years. Rose was 80. And when he said his name was Thanatos, she understood where he took it, because of course Thanatos is the Greek god of death. And she said, "Oh, Thanatos, will you dance with me? I'd like to dance with death before I die." So there at 3 o'clock in the morning under the bridge, Thanatos and Rose did a waltz. A week later, she was hospitalized, and a week after that, she passed on. And I don't know what her last week was like, but I can only imagine that this graceful and poetic moment, a literal embrace from death, may have had a dramatic and positive difference in the last week of her life. And that's the sort of thing that these people are doing. That's why I'm inspired by them.
Incredible. There are people like you and me wandering around in fluorescent suits, ready to help citizens in distress. Let's not kid ourselves. The streets of Los Angeles are crammed with 2-bit superheroes ready to strike a pose for $1. But the real-life superheroes, as they call themselves, are much more discreet and shun the tourist-trodden boulevards for the somber back streets. The media isn't kind to them. It gently pokes fun at their costumes and questions the problems they may cause.
You know about Superman,
Spider-Man, and Batman.
But have you ever seen a real-life superhero?
Real-life superhero community does exist.
These superheroes have no superpowers.
Are they superheroes or a super problem?
Superhero crime-fighting movement.
It's easy to laugh, but what is it they want? What I want to know is, what makes them think they can be superheroes? Well, they couldn't be easier to find. Like Spider-Man, the real-life superheroes are all over the web. Thousands of personal pages proclaiming their exploits, their original costumes, and their wild ideas. It's a great opportunity for me to approach them and find out how they have the guts to go running around in tights.
Use your eyeballs, you know, in the back of your head, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff going on out there, and I want to see everybody back here safe, all right? And so, we'll see you next time. It's been another Danger Man moment. Thank you for coming, all right? See you soon.
A Danger Man moment? What's that?
A Danger Man moment is a moment where I get out of my day, every day, where I take a moment to give my feelings to America, to people around the world, my fans, about how I'm feeling about certain subjects, okay? Things that impact our lives on a daily basis. And I call it a Danger Man moment. The best way to contact me is either through Facebook. You know, they can go to Facebook, find me, Danger Man, or they can go to YouTube, or just Google me. Google Danger Man, the Urban Superhero, and I'm telling you, I'm there. And go to my website, www.thedangerman.com, and I'm there. I'm everywhere.
Brilliant. A website's essential for good communication. It attracts the fans and helps to create a buzz.
Danger Man, you need my help? I can come. Where are you? I'm coming right now. Hold on. I'm Danger Man, the Urban Superhero, and I promote literacy, safety, and good health for the children in urban and underserved communities in America. I empower children to live their best life through education and by living a healthy lifestyle. Any crack houses open up or anything, let me know, okay?
Absolutely.
I want to get right on top of it.
Yes,
all right?
we follow you on your website,
Okay.
so we will definitely let you know.
All right, thanks.
Thank you,
Take
Danger
care, be
Man.
safe.
Hi, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How do you know Danger Man?
I know Danger Man from his website and his Facebook, and I follow him, and he has a lot of great things that he does for the community.
What exactly does he do?
He teaches the kids that they need to stay in school, keep a good education, reading and writing, which is very important for me as a single parent with a child. It's someone else that helps motivate my child other than coming from a mom.
But this former bodyguard hasn't only brought me out on his rounds to chat with the neighborhood mothers. It's to tell me the story that changed his life forever.
In 1998, two gangs were shooting at each other, and a stray bullet crashed through the back window of a car and killed a 4-year-old girl. I said to myself then, as the greatest nation in the world, we're not protecting our children, and we need to keep our kids out of danger. And so, in 1998, Danger Man was born. And ever since then, I've been an advocate for the rights of children and their education, their welfare, and their safety, to keep our children in school and out of jail, and promoting literacy, safety, and good health, making sure that our children get the best of what they need to be good citizens.
Now I understand why he's got such a keen interest in these kids and their education. We're off in the Dangermobile for a very special class.
Danger Man, the urban superhero. I want you to believe that you can do or be anything that you want to be, okay?
I want to be
right? You hear me?
You can do or be anything you want to do as long as you what? Believe. Say, believe I can. Believe I can. That's right. What's your question? You got a question last time. Well, what's your question? How many criminals have you fought? It's been quite a few because I got a movie coming out. Did I tell you that? Huh? No. Okay. Well,
Danger Man came to our club a few years ago, and so we met over the phone originally, and I really believed in what he was doing, and I believe in what he's trying to teach the children, but in a very fun, different kind of a way than what we do here in a normal day. What we try to teach here is you may not be able to control everything in your life, but you control how you react to it. And I think that's what a superhero does. It takes whatever life throws at you, and then how you deal with it is what makes the difference. And that's what we want these kids to learn.
With his energy and enthusiasm, Danger Man's always a big hit in the schools he visits. But the United States has many faces, and the real-life superheroes reflect the environments and the hardships to which they're exposed. It's a chance in a million to take a road trip across the USA and meet this community of new-style volunteers. But for the time being, let's find a bit more action. A superhero has to be on top form in order to confront danger. You don't want to inflame Night Owl's anger, but then again, it wouldn't be so bad. In real life, I believe he's a firefighter. And firefighters have been iconic heroes in the eyes of the Americans since 9/11.
My name is Night Owl. That is my superhero name. I live here in the state of Washington, just near Portland, Oregon. I grew up in a small suburban home, like many other people in the Midwest. It's normal, very super boring normal. I'm already a firefighter, and I am taking classes to become a paramedic to work either for a fire department or for an ambulance service. A lot of people think that many real-life superheroes are, 30-year-old virgins living in their parents' basements, playing World of Warcraft or video games all day, and they don't have girlfriends. And I know so many people, and that is not nearly correct. I have a fairly normal relationship with a mature woman. She's a grown-up as well. I know men and women in this community who have families and children. It's something they do on the side to make their community a better place. Some people think because I was a firefighter in Iraq that it's much more adventurous than it was. I don't want people to say that I'm a hero because I went to Iraq for money. I wanted to build up some savings. I eventually came across the internet, the real-life superhero movement, and I told them I am a firefighter and an emergency medical technician, and I think we could share our knowledge. So I became Night Owl, and that's been over 3 years now. I was working as a volunteer EMT, and there was a call for a drowning. I got to, help rescue this girl. I did everything I could, of course. But she ended up being flown to a hospital, and about 2 weeks later, she eventually passed away. During those 2 weeks, I met her family, and it was a reminder to me the importance of how much one person can affect other people. to me, it's a reminder of why I train, because I want to help people. Often we do humanitarian efforts where we will collect supplies, food and water, and we will go around late at night and see if anybody needs anything. Other times we will do crime patrols, a little more crime-oriented. Basically, we are a presence and hopefully a deterrent.
What's up, dude? Hey, man, how are you? Not too bad, not too bad. Good to see you? Definitely good to see you. All right. All right, man. Let's do it. Let's start.
I'm off on my first patrol. For the occasion, Night Owl, standing 1.90 m tall, has called in the services of 2 m tall Ant-Man. No one had better mess with us. Mind you, Portland is a peaceful kind of place, but it's still a good way of seeing how people in the street react to 2 guys in costume.
I'll be
I have a gun.
Him and
I have a gun.
And I don't really
Not with
rely
me.
on
I don't carry it out here.
You have a taser?
I do have a taser in my car.
Okay. Do you have pepper spray?
Don't.
Oh, so how are you going to protect the city at night, man?
A little thunder, a little lightning. But, I don't know.
I'm going to say goodnight to you, gentlemen.
Very nice meeting you.
Yes. Yes.
Have a good night.
You too.
This guy respects me as much as himself. Not American.
All right, go ahead.
All the time.
Have a good time.
My name is Illinois. So don't fucking attack me or do whatever you're gonna do. Otherwise, I'm from Burnside Skate Park. We build the skate park. Motherfuckers! We build it. Don't touch me. No one touch me. I'm the Burnside Skate Park. You touch me, we touch all the people that touch the skate park. Leave me alone. Go away from me. And all you people.
I think this guy wants you to leave, though.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Fist of Fury. Burnside. Hey, Brandon, don't touch me. Get on me again. Hey, Crusader.
Between you and me, the main thing I've learned in Portland is that the supervillains don't hold their drink too well.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
You're sleeping on somebody's car there. Yeah. You're drooling on their car. For real.
Yeah.
It's pretty common to have a very uneventful night, but I think, like a lot of people, just going out there and being a visual deterrent keeps more people from committing crime at times because they see you and they don't want to do anything that breaks the law.
And hopefully we're an inspiration to the, other people out there.
Exactly, yeah. We got to talk about who we are and what we do and spread the message of going around and helping your neighbor.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to show some muscle if you want to fight crime, but mind things don't get out of hand. You also have to be able to control yourself, as some superheroes have learned from bitter experience. In Atlanta, the city of Coca-Cola and Martin Luther King, I have to wait until evening to meet the one and only superhero in town.
I had kind of a troubled past when I was younger. Growing up, I was involved in a lot of crime, did a lot of drugs and things like that, and eventually decided that it was time to change, and so I started going out at night, and I wanted to fight crime very bad when I first started doing this. I think everybody who does this, when they first start, they want to be just like Batman. They want to go out and just stop criminals everywhere they are. I changed my my stance on that after the first time I actually ran into any trouble. This is a story I don't tell many people. I started in 2005, just going out wearing a hoodie with the hood pulled up and gloves and boots, things like that. But, you know, I was just out, you know, walking the streets, trying to do what I could. I was still, you know, an angry young kid at the time, hadn't really grown out of, you know, I knew I wanted to be a better person, but I hadn't quite figured out how I was going to do that. I was probably 18 at the time, and I ran into a kid who was probably about 16 or 17 years old that was breaking windows of cars and stealing things out of the inside. So I went and I grabbed this kid and I hit him in the face and broke his nose. And, you know, I yelled and screamed at him and scared him away. And you know, after he was gone, I sat there and I thought about it, and I realized that, you know, that doesn't feel good. Literally, I had his blood on my hands afterwards, and that's kind of why I chose the name that I did when I decided to do this, because I didn't ever want to forget that night, so that way I can make sure that never happens again. My name is the Crimson Fist. I'm a real-life superhero in Atlanta, Georgia. My main focus is helping the homeless and protecting people on the streets at night.
Since this incident, Crimson Fist has been roaming the streets. It's poverty that's the enemy here. I set off with him on his nighttime round. Once a month, he goes out to meet the homeless.
Sandy Springs, but I come out here every now and again and just hand out food and water, stuff like that.
It's good. Dark rice?
Say what?
Dark rice.
Yes, sir.
It's better than the other kind.
It's real good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I got it from a restaurant uptown. They were gonna throw it out for the night, so I just said, hey, let me take whatever you got left over, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Hey, not a problem, man. Stay safe out here, okay?
All right. Y'all just gotta eat something, man.
A lot of people are very grateful to know that there's somebody out here who cares enough about them. They see that I'm trying to help, even though I couldn't necessarily help them at that point in time.
You guys stay safe out here tonight, all right?
Thanks, man.
I'll catch you later, okay? Everything quiet tonight?
Nope, I'm just coming on.
Well, hopefully it stays that way for you, man.
The costume, it's something I've always kind of wanted to do deep down, but never really, you know, I always thought the idea was a little too crazy. The first costume was not so great. The first day I got it, I tried it on, and I, you know, looked at myself in the mirror and just realized that I looked ridiculous. You know, if I was out there trying to work in this thing and I felt ridiculous and I felt silly, then nobody else was going to take me seriously in what I was doing. As a real-life superhero, you have to find a look that truly represents who you are. You know, it doesn't make me feel silly to wear this. It makes me feel like a powerful person.
But is becoming a superhero the latest craze, or is it something the Americans have in their blood?
Every time there's a big a superhero movie or something that comes out, we'll have a big flux of people who want to try and do this. But it's not like in the comic books. You know, it's honestly very boring most of the time. You're not going to run into crime around every corner. You're not going to, you know, be able to solve mysteries every 5 seconds. And a lot of people get turned away by that after a while.
Stay safe out here, okay, man? Better luck tomorrow, all right, brother?
People may forget about real-life superheroes, you know, but I think that everybody's always going to want to help people.
Stay safe, okay, man?
It's very good what he's doing. God bless him. In the name of Jesus. I'm just trying to get $3.50, man, so I won't have to sleep outside tonight. And that's God's shoe, man. I don't need to be out here. I got diabetes, man, and I'm hurting, man. And God bless y'all. Please help me. I don't know. I'm sorry, man.
Being a real-life superhero has changed who I am, and I don't think that there's any way to turn back from that. When I first started doing this, I was still living at my parents' house, and I know I put them through a lot of trouble when I was a kid. And you know, if they do know about this, or if they ever find out about it, I really hope that they can see, you know, the good that I'm trying to do to make up for all of that. So.
Well, I didn't expect to see a superhero handing out food like this. It's true that you don't think of masked vigilantes fighting poverty by doing social work, but seeing the reactions of the people he encounters, I understand better why Crimson Fist has faith in his mission. Right, time for a bit of relaxation. I'm in luck, we're nearly in Orlando. Orlando, a postcard paradise. Disney, sunshine, palm trees, the ideal place for a break. After all, superheroes need to take a rest too. Well, maybe not all of them. I've got an appointment with a weird kind of attraction in Mickey's Kingdom.
Master Legend, pretty much known worldwide. I've been doing this superhero stuff almost 29 years now. I think I'm the only registered real-life superhero that's registered with a police department and the United States government. It was 5 years ago that I started making other superhero friends, and that's how I got known and got in all these documentaries and movies and Rolling Stone magazine, all that stuff. You want to hurt somebody? You want to fight somebody? Fight me. I think I stole that line from Bruce Lee.
Here we go.
It doesn't look like I'll be relaxing under a palm tree after all. Master Legend isn't one for sitting around.
These are special Master Legend diamonds,
Oh
lady.
my God, is this real?
It's real for what it is. See, so I give away these diamonds. I mean, I infuse them with my superpowers and energies so that way they're protected and good luck will come their way. Good fortune, as long as they're doing right, they will have the power of the diamond spirit on their side.
It's true. Watching him leap around like this makes me wonder where he gets all his energy.
How about that? Hey, all right! Hey, pretty lady detective is going off here. All right.
I come from a horrible, horrible family. I was badly abused. My mom never even hugged, kissed me once. And then my daddy, he was in the Ku Klux Klan. And then they put me through all these fighting classes. By the time I was 15 years old, I was out in the streets. My dad had committed suicide by then, and my mom had disowned me. So I was living out in the streets and fending for myself. But one of the things I did was I started to become a street fighter. I have these extra powers that I was given because I'm Marie Laveau. What I did was I marked an X on Marie Laveau's grave and asked her for superpowers because I wanted to fight evil. That's when me and my brother went walking around and there was this mausoleum. The door was open. And I said, let's go check it out inside of there. So we went inside of there, and and the thing was like a big old rounded cylinder type of thing. And you go inside, and the coffins are lined all in the wall. We were walking, and when we got to the back, the front iron door slammed shut. And then I went to go and try to get it open. There was no way my fingers could reach it. I couldn't get it. And I started hearing these noises, these sounds, some voices that I couldn't understand the language, you know, saying some weird stuff. My brother was getting real scared. He started yelling. No one could hear us because the concrete was so thick, at least 3 or 4 feet thick. The door, it was a big old iron door that was made back in the 1800s or something like that. So that's when I said, if there's a time for the power, it's now. And this was back when I was about 15 years old. And I jumped at that door, and I flung a kick in there, and it ripped out of the concrete, the dust flying in the air. I said, oh, looks like I finally figured out the secret to superpowers. And ever since then, any time that I've had to use amazing feats of strength, I'm able to call on those powers, the Marie Laveau's powers. Hey, this guy looks like he needs the water. Well, it'll prime you up for when you finally get a beer.
Yeah.
You know?
It'll help. It gets hot out here. Thanks.
Yeah. I cannot go out there and pick fights. So in the meantime, I've got waters to give out. I've got food. I've got, snacks. I bring athlete's foot medicine. I bring Band-Aids. I have all kind of stuff. We've helped out thousands of people. Instead of resentment, I bring some hope. I'm on your side, man. All right, we'll catch up with you later. Nobody wants to help, They say, let people die, let them go thirsty, can't even help them out with a drink of water. Makes me sick, I tell you.
To round off my visit to Orlando, Master Legend has taken me to one of the highest buildings in the city. Is he going to have another go at convincing me of his superpowers?
Whoa!
Or has he got a secret to share?
And part of that's what I'm doing is trying to show these people, these big shot politicians and stuff like that, going, you know what? Look at me. I'm just a long-haired hippie guy, dressing up in a wild suit, got some kung fu skills and all that, got some psychic powers. I help people out the best I can. I'm no rich man, but look at what I've done. Now, what's your excuse now? You're not helping anyone out. You're just saying you are and making money off of people that are down and out. My city is my city I protect, a city that I will not let be disgraced. It's what I do. I'm Master Legend.
All right, Master Legend's looking over there. Hey, girls! Hey, I'm talking at you! Hey!
All right, I'll write it down anyway. Find a cemetery that gives you superpowers or contact a voodoo priestess. Could be tricky. In the meantime, I reach San Francisco by night. I expect the city to be festive, but I soon discover its darker side. There's poverty everywhere. The back streets of America are the kingdom of the homeless. The San Francisco Bay Area contains some of the most dangerous streets in the United States. But some strange upholders of the law are on the alert.
Well, when I did a drive patrol in my neighborhood, there was somebody who was stealing stereos. And as I faced him, he pulled his gun on me. And I didn't know what to do at that point. And he backed away. He just walked away and continued stealing. And so many cars around my area were broken into so he can steal stereos. And what I did is I ended up reporting him. We found him a couple blocks down. I identified him. And the people around in the neighborhood, they were actually thankful. They were saying thank you to me and not to the officer. And so I felt that I inspired others at that point. And that inspires me to want to continue helping others. When the time comes, I have to be prepared. I mean, I'm always carrying my gear around. Wherever I have to meet up, I always have to be ready. I have to prepare myself mentally. I am the Mutinous Angel. I normally patrol the Bay Area or walk around looking for trouble. I'm actually part of the Pacific Protectorate, which is what I wear to my shoulder. We're actually a very big team here in California, the entire West Coast area.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
So what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna go ahead, break up 2 teams. Mutinous, King, Snake, Duluk. I'm gonna have you guys together and stuff on the far side of the street, okay? So Minerva, Sarge, I'll have you guys with me. We're gonna go. Let's go do our thing.
It's an impressive setup, but when you know the dangers of the streets of San Francisco, I can't help thinking that these guys and girl have to be a bit crazy.
Well, there's different types of superheroes. I mean, a social activist pretty much gets out there in bright colors, attractive colors, attract the audience. They like to do things for charity. A crime fighter, he actually has to be more aggressive. He has to be stronger. He has to get out there on the streets. He knows the risks that he is taking.
Okay, there's not a lot happening, I'll admit. It's just like a few friends out for a quiet stroll.
I'm more afraid of what people think of me more than anything else. I mean, do they think I'm a criminal? Do they think I'm something that they should be played around with? I don't know. And so with that, it makes me wonder if others would want to approach me or want to help or support what I do. I mean, the average guy pretty much, they see it as a joke. They think we're trying to get into movies, be like the recent movie with superheroes that came out. I mean, that's not what we're about. We're here to help out the community. Civilian life, currently I'm just a student. I'm about to actually finish school already. I'm on my last semester, a senior. I plan to get into law enforcement, be a police officer. Specifically, I want to get into gang task force. I grew up in a troubled neighborhood. I mean, there was fights, and actually, I just don't want anybody going through the troubles I went through.
I've a feeling that most countries would completely ban this kind of thing, but in the United States, anything's possible. When a bunch of guys wearing masks and bulletproof vests holding tasers come charging down the street, it certainly stops petty crime in its tracks, at least until they've gone by. Up until now, there have been remarkably few blunders, but how long will it last? Alright, a pair of biceps is all very well, but if I had to choose, as a superhero, I'd rather grab people's attention. A handshake, a chat over a cup of coffee, a bit of consideration. I think some people have much more need of human warmth than protection. It's certainly the case in the most famous city in the United States, which has at least 40,000 homeless people, and one superhero to listen to them.
Chaim. Chaim means life. Also, life is the most positive thing. The opposite is death, of course. With death, there's nothing. The whole idea is that you have the power to help people. You just have to want to do it, and you just have to put a little bit of effort into it. So I think that's a very powerful message. You just have to think about how you want to change the world, and then take the smallest step, which you know you could do, even if it's just giving one homeless guy one pair of socks, and just do that one thing. And then once you accomplish that, you'll feel really good. And you'll say, now I could do more. And then you'll go out with 2 pairs of socks and 3, and then once you start, you become an addiction, and you just don't stop. No, I'm actually a real-life superhero. Yep. So I just do this to try to help people out, you know?
Oh, nice on a day like this. You know, they said it was the end of the world or something.
Well, it's give you 2 pair. Okay. Yeah. God bless you. My name is Life, by the way. Life. Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries, man. You like that? I'm a real life superhero. That's what this is about. So I'm not with no organization or anything. You know, this is just my own thing.
It's a good job. I'll be glad when I can do that someday.
So that's
not have a mask, but give out things like you.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think we all have to help each other out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good government organizations in this city that help people, but they don't do what I do, which is giving out these different things, this lifestyle necessities you might need, like, you know, the socks and the soap and stuff like that. Nobody really goes out and gives that. And also, just me as an individual, to talk with them and to shake their hand or give them a hug, that's something that no social service agency really specializes in. How about some chocolate thins?
Right, chocolate.
Yeah, you take those?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, my friend.
Have a nice evening.
Yeah. My name is Life, by the way.
David.
David?
Yeah, have a nice evening.
You too, David. Take care. What's your name, buddy?
Oh, Joe.
Joe. I'm
yeah.
Life.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing, Joe?
Oh, it's wonderful. You're helping people, you know.
I'm trying.
You don't see that much people.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's very bad
Yeah.
here, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to get my check. You know, my Social Security.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that, I'd be in bad shape.
Where are you staying?
You know? No,
Yeah.
I'm not staying.
You staying here?
Well, yeah, more or less.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find you a cup of coffee, Joe. all right?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, my friend. We're gonna get Joe a cup of coffee. People, I think, are good inside their heart, and then it's just there's a lot of hate and anger and sadness on top of that. And you see, with just a little bit of love, you know, you could melt all that away in like an instant. You have a cup of coffee, please?
What size?
Medium. Thank you very much. Have a great night, all right? Maybe in Asia or Europe or something like that, people say, I want to help. Oh, I'm going to join this organization. I'm going to join this organization. America is, I'm going to do it, me. So this is the ultimate way of social entrepreneurship, is becoming a superhero, and you get to help people, and nobody tells you what to do when you do it.
Oh, let me pay you.
No, I don't want to. Please, it's my gift. Yes, yes. This is for you. Yeah.
Well, maybe someday I can do something for you.
You're welcome,
coffee,
Joe.
you know.
You're welcome.
And what kind of work do you do? I mean, besides you?
I work for a non-profit during the day.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Things are going pretty good. Yeah.
No, thank God. You know, I have a roof over my head and I got my health, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
thank God.
Yeah. You know, but I wish that they'd stop these wars. You know, I realized from birth to death, I've been in about 3 wars already. I mean, you know, I was in the Panama, then I was in Vietnam, and, you know, I don't know why we have to, you know, do all kinds of stuff.
I read a lot of comics when I was young, but I'm inspired by real superheroes. My father is a rabbi, and my mother is a nurse. So, you know, I'm inspired by the real superheroes, the policemen and the firemen. I mean, people who, they spend their whole lives helping people. So this, for me, is a lot more of an icon and a lot more of an example than something that's fake and from the pages.
All right. Thank you very much, and be careful.
Okay, yeah, I will.
All right.
All right, take care, Joe.
I think I'm beginning to see it now. The mask is only an accessory. So, what if being a superhero begins with this? Just giving your time and energy? In short, giving of yourself. The real-life superhero phenomenon knows no frontiers. In Canada, there's a living legend, a Vietnam veteran who never lost his faith in mankind. 62-year-old Thanatos. To complete my education, I've got a date with death. In a cemetery, of course.
I am Thanatos, also known as the Dark Avenger. I'm a real-life superhero here in the city of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where I do my part to fight crime, help the homeless, and try to make my little corner of the world a better place to live in. I was told by a police officer that the people that lived on the street had nothing better to look forward to than death. And that kind of stung me. And I figured if that's the case, then maybe death had better step in and actually start taking care of these people. Thanatos is the name of the Greek god of death, so I took that name upon myself. Most of my work is centered on working with the homeless. I do a handout about once a month where I hand out bundles containing a blanket, a plastic sheet to protect them from the rain, some basic foodstuffs, granola bars, cereal bars of that nature, peanut butter, jam, bottles of water, clean socks, which are a necessity to people. I can't change their lives, I can't change the world all at once, but I can keep someone alive for one day.
The provisions seem okay, but going on patrol in a hearse is definitely weird.
Vancouver is a very grim situation. Homelessness and drug abuse, petty street crime in the downtown core has just gotten completely out of hand. Right now, in the downtown east side on Hastings Street, every night, 3 to 4 people die on the street from drug overdose, malnutrition, different diseases.
Hey, would you like a blanket and some food? Yeah?
There's a blanket and there's some food stuff in there, clean socks, and a bag there. You can untie that and hang it on your bike. Okay? Okay, you're welcome. I drive around and I find the people that are kind of squirreled away. They're hiding away a little more. Talk to them if they want to talk, give them food, give them their stuff. So I'm carrying that. I carry first aid equipment with me. I carry first aid and crime prevention equipment on myself as well. Hello, could you use some blankets and food?
What?
Could you use a blanket and some food?
Sure can.
Okay, how you doing?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You're a pretty kind of guy.
I try to be. I try to be a little different. You have a good day, man.
God bless.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. I haven't had a lot of contact with the police here. It is dangerous, extremely down there at times. There are a lot of weapons, there are a lot of drugs, there are a lot of people on drugs with weapons. I've had run-ins with people. I've had knives pulled on me. I've had guns flashed at me. I've been threatened with needles. So the police, their biggest concern is, stay safe, know what you're doing, know what you're dealing with. Hi, I'm Thanatos.
Hey, Thanatos.
Yep.
How's it going?
Good. I'm a real-life superhero, and I'm giving out food and blankets and stuff to the homeless right now.
Well, this is good work. You might be freaking some people out walking up to them in a mask though down here, right? So you got to be really. You know, heads up about that.
Yep. They freak until I start talking to them.
Right. Yeah, okay.
And a lot of them, like I said, this is now I've been 3 years doing this.
Okay, so you get it. You know what? Do you mind if we don't get your real name? Because if there's ever a call down here where you're calling in.
Sure.
And if it's you making a complaint, I know who we're talking about here, other than that.
Okay.
Or if someone calls in about you, then we know who you are. And
yeah.
Certainly, and like that. So thank you. Very nice meeting you. Okay.
You too. Have a good day.
You too. Yep. Doing this is all about balance. I have a full-time job. I work in the death industry. I have this that I do as Thanatos. I have a family. You have to take your own downtime as well, because otherwise you can get burned out doing this quite easily. You know, I've given out several hundred bundles since I've started this, and I've seen almost 100 of those people that I've helped die. When I see them that they're getting off the street, they tell me, hey, I've gotten a job, hey, I've gotten into rehab, hey, I'm doing this, it makes me feel good. I've seen a lot of sadness. I've seen a lot of deaths. I've seen a lot of very horrible death and things happen. And I just keep going. You don't have to change the entire world at one shot. You can't do that. I'll tell you a little story. A man walked along the beach one day, and he came upon a little boy. The tide had left thousands of fish washed up on the beach, and the little boy was picking them up very calmly, one by one, and throwing them back into the water. The old man said to the little boy, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm saving the fish," the little boy said. The old man laughed. He says, you can't save all the fish. There's millions of them. Do you really think what you're doing is going to make any kind of a difference? The little boy picked up a single fish. He said, "It will to this one," and threw it back in the water. And as long as you're willing to kind of operate and do things with that kind of a thought, you're making a difference one life at a time, then you can do it. And you can do anything, even be a superhero.
It's the end of my journey, but the start of my new life. That's it. From now on, I'm going to fight to make our world a better place. I'm going to devote my time and energy to helping others. I've got the power. Of course, like the millions of anonymous heroes, I could always work for a charity, be a volunteer, but let's be honest, doing it in a costume's really cool.